Wash your hands, stay at home, and prepare yourselves for the ScareAntine. I am your cousin Bobby, and I am proud to present this mini-season of B-Movie Mayhem, where I show off some of my all-time favorite movies. For those of you looking forward to our next full season, here's the full lineup. We're looking to get these chilling and thrilling classics in front of your eyeballs very soon. In the meantime, tonight we screen the 1964 classic, The Last Man on Earth. Oh, and sorry to all of you Will Forte fans out there, this is not the TV series. You should watch anyways, it's a good movie. Yeah, it really is. This movie is based on the 1954 Richard Matheson novel, I Am Legend, and stars Vincent Price as Dr. Robert Morgan, a scientist who is trying to survive the vampiric plague that makes him, well, the title character. If you remember our Night of the Living Dead episode from Season 1, which is now on TV20's YouTube channel, then the shambling vampires in this movie may seem very familiar. In fact, George Romero has admitted to basically ripping off I Am Legend when he made Night of the Living Dead. Romero's Dead movies are about revolution and how societies are supplanted by new ones. But inevitably, the new societies do the same things as the old. Compare this with Matheson's I Am Legend, where the main character discovers that the vampires view him with the same fear and superstition his society viewed vampires. It boils down to the notion that these things are literally us. We're just unaware of it. Richard Matheson actually wrote the screenplay for Last Man on Earth, but he was not satisfied with it. So he used the pen name Logan Swanson, which was a combo of his mother's maiden name and his mother-in-law's maiden name. Born February 20th, 1926 in Allendale, New Jersey, he has written several novels, short stories, and screenplays in both the horror and sci-fi genres. Many of his novels and short stories were adapted for notable movies and shows. I Am Legend was adapted 2 more times, as Omega Man in 1971 and I Am Legend in 2007. There was also an unofficial adaptation called I Am Omega in 2007 from mockbuster studio The Asylum. 1956's The Shrinking Man was adapted as The Incredible Shrinking Man and was also the inspiration for The Incredible Shrinking Woman. Steven Spielberg's directorial debut was Duel, which saw Matheson adapt his own short story. Nightmare at 20,000 Feet, the famous Twilight Zone episode where William Shatner sees a monster on the wing of a plane, was another time where Matheson adapted one of his own short stories. He actually wrote 16 episodes of The Twilight Zone. He also wrote the screenplays for the TV movies The Night Stalker and The Night Strangler, which became the Kolchak TV series. These were directed by frequent collaborator Dan Curtis. They also worked together on Bram Stoker's Dracula in 1974, Scream of the Wolf, Trilogy of Terror, and Dead of Night. The latter 2 were actually anthologies based off of Matheson's stories. Trilogy of Terror actually has this great segment where the Zuni fetish doll runs around terrorizing Karen Black. One of the best anthology segments of all time. He also wrote for Roger Corman and wrote 4 of the Poe Cycle movies, including House of Usher, The Pit and the Pendulum, Tales of Terror, and The Raven. Other notable movies that he wrote or that were based on his writing include The Comedy of Terrors, Stir of Echoes, The Devil Rides Out, What Dreams May Come, The Box, The Legend of Hell House, and Real Steel. Basically, Matheson was one of the guiding hands of 20th century horror and sci-fi, so much that one of the other guiding hands of 20th century horror and sci-fi, Stephen King, Uncle Steve himself, considers Richard Matheson to be one of his main influences. I mean, heck, he's so important, I haven't even gotten to the immortal Vincent Price. We'll talk more about the man himself at the first break. But in the meantime, strap in, make some steaks and garlic garlands, and prepare yourselves for the last man on Earth.
Another day to live through. Better get started. December 1965. Is that all it has been since I inherited the world? Only 3 years. Seems like 100 million. More of them for the pit. Every day there are more of them. They live off the weak ones and leave them for the pit. KOKW calling. Come in. KOKW calling. I'm on international frequency. Come in. Can't bear to see their image. It repels them. I need more mirrors. And this garlic's lost its pungency. There was a time when eating was pleasurable. Now it bores me. Just fuel for survival. I'll settle for coffee and orange juice this morning. But first, there's my life to consider. I'd better replace that garlic. I'll need more, lots more. Better stop off and get them. I can't afford the luxury of anger. Anger can make me vulnerable. It can destroy my reason, and reason's the only advantage I have over them. I've got to find where they hide during the day. Uncover every one of them. Now, where did I finish off yesterday? Madison Street to 31st Avenue. 11 kills. Over 3 years. And there's more than half the city I haven't searched. Just wide enough to keep the flesh apart so their body seal can't function. And how many more of these will I have to make before they're all destroyed? They want my blood. Their lives are mine. And I still get squeamish. Wait. That garlic. I'd better put it back where it belongs. I can't live a heartbeat away from hell and forget it. out of gas. That means one more stop I'll have to make. I can get rid of them later. Right now, I'm out of gas. Still fresh. But I'll take only what I need. They've got to last. They can wait, too. I've got my life to worry about. Those mirrors have to be replaced before dark. square blocks to search. How many of them still exist? How long will I have to keep up this search? I haven't much time left. It'll be dark in an hour. And now, 12 long hours before the sun will rise and drive them back to darkness.
Morgan, come out. Come out. Morgan, come out. Come out.
All of you sharp-eyed viewers may notice that we are planning on showing a Vincent Price title for Season 2. None other than the classic House on Haunted Hill. When people think of Vincent Price, they think of that creepy voice, which has become kind of a standard for horror acting.
It's always good to know that.
But he wasn't just a one-note actor. Out of the many things he could do, he could also pull off great melancholy. It's on full display here as he has this great mix of palpable wariness and sadness. We'll be back with more of that great sadness right here on the ScareAntine.
Hi, I'm TV20's Dan Monroe. During this time of crisis, the Domestic Violence and Child Advocacy Center wants you to know that they are maintaining critical services while balancing the health and safety of their clients, staff, and community. As always, the DVCAC's helpline is available for safety planning and crisis intervention by calling or texting 216-391-HELP. That's 216-391-4357. If you need help or are concerned about someone in your life, you can live chat with a specialist at dvcac.org. During this time of crisis, the Emergency Domestic Violence Shelter is operating. Advocates will continue to work with victims, therapists will still be supporting clients, and the Canopy Child Advocacy Center will continue to serve children being abused. For more information, visit the Domestic Violence and Child Advocacy Center's website at dvcac.org. Thank you.
The need for blood is constant, and sometimes that need becomes critical. From accident victims and cancer patients to premature babies and those with blood disorders, hospital patients rely on all of us to make sure that blood is on the shelves and ready to help. That's why the American Red Cross needs you. Make an appointment to give blood today by calling 1-800-RED-CROSS or visit redcrossblood.org. Your one blood donation can help save up to 3 lives.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, if you find yourself in need of food, help is just a phone call away. The Greater Cleveland Food Bank is here for you. Call their help center at 216-738-2067 or visit their website at greaterclevelandfoodbank.org for more information.
One of my favorite Vincent Price movies is 1968's Witchfinder General. There he plays real-life figure Matthew Hopkins, who claimed to be an official Witchfinder General in the 1640s, though these claims are in dispute. The movie follows Hopkins as he clashes with a young soldier who is trying to get revenge for attacks on his fiancée and her father. It's one of Price's best roles. Price has always been a really good villain, but here he plays it straight and subtle, and his Hopkins is a menacing, venal, and hungry man. Now, Price and director Michael Reeves clashed on set. Reeves wanted Donald Pleasance to play Hopkins, but American distributor AIP wanted Vincent Price in the role in order to cash in on the success of the Roger Corman Poe cycle. In America, the movie was actually called Conqueror Worm. Price didn't understand what Reeves wanted, but he got it after seeing the movie and wrote a letter to Reeves praising it. This movie has become a cult item, as it was only Michael Reeves' 3rd feature film. 9 months later, he would pass away at the age of 25, leaving a great what if as to what his career could have been. We'll have more on Vincent Price's great film career, but first, back to The Last Man on Earth.
Another day. Another day to start all over again. birds. Birds. God, how I miss you. The sun's already set. They'll be everywhere.
It's Morgan. Get him. Morgan! Do you hear, Morgan? Morgan! Do you hear, Morgan?
3 years. Hey, Verge.
Yes? Oh, no. My makeup. My hair.
Hey, where is everybody? All I can see
Hi,
is...
Ben.
Oh.
I can hear children, but I can't see any children.
Uncle Ben! Uncle Ben! Hey, look at how I'm crazy. Uncle Ben,
Kathy.
Ben, Uncle Ben! Where'd you bring me?
Open them and see. Open them and
Oh,
see.
come.
Kathy. I got a fun too. I'm gonna punch this thing.
Take a look at this.
It's highly theoretical, Ben.
Theoretical. Do I have to remind you that theory is a beginning of solution?
Is Europe's disease carried on the wind? Is it, Ben?
Could be.
And if it is,
It isn't, Verge.
is that what you really think, or just what you'd like to think? Robert?
I cannot accept half-baked theories that sell newspapers. I'm a scientist, not an alarmist.
You're whistling past the graveyard.
Is that a commentary on my work at the lab?
We both know how hard you've worked.
I'm sorry, Ben. I just can't accept the idea of universal disease.
Uncle Ben, you promised to show us card tricks.
All right, Kathy. Who can resist that face? All right. Card tricks. Card tricks.
Robert, is it possible this germ or virus could be airborne?
Anything is possible, Verge. The best brains in the world have been running through this thing with a fine-tooth comb. The germ is visible under a microscope, but is not like any bacilli ever known.
In what way?
It can't be destroyed by any process we've been able to uncover.
But with the whole world trying, there must be a solution.
Hey, Mommy, when are you gonna cut the cake?
Right now, our problem is to cut that cake.
Hey, Mommy! Hey, Mommy!
Coming, coming.
The wind wake you up?
It always does.
How do you feel?
I'm all right.
Oh, don't get up, honey.
I'm not sick, Bob. I'll make
You
your
don't
breakfast.
have to.
I'll be all right. Go on and read your paper.
All right. Oh, sweetheart, look, if you don't feel well, please go back to bed.
I'm just a little tired, that's all. I wish somebody would find a vaccine.
It's all we're working on at the lab, Verge. Maybe you better not send her to school today.
All right. You think you should go to work?
I have to.
Oh, Bob. Bob. I'm so frightened.
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
Well,
The bacilli are multiplying.
that kicks the bone marrow theory in the head.
This specimen shows a higher white count than when I put it on the slide. Those cells are still living, Dr. Mercer, off one another.
There has to be an answer. You heard that all communications are ended outside the continental limits?
Yes, I heard.
That leaves it in our laps. So we keep trying. Where's Cortman?
Well, he should be here by now.
You two stay on this virus theory until I decide it's exhausted.
Right.
Yes, sir?
Morgan will fill you in.
All right, sir. And what did the great man of science have to say today? More of the usual?
Oh, he's trying, Ben, just like the rest of us.
And nothing works. The streets are swarming with truckloads of bodies that they're throwing into that god-awful pit. And the dedicated Dr. Mercer goes on with his plodding, unimaginative approach.
You have a better idea?
Maybe. At least it involves imagination.
Ben, it's as simple as this. An unknown germ is being blown around the world. It's highly contagious and it's reached plague proportions.
And you don't believe some of the dead have come back?
Let's get to work.
And why are they burning the bodies? Why don't they bury them?
Because it's the best known way to control the contagion, to keep the germ from spreading.
That's what we've always believed, at any rate.
You'd prefer us to believe in vampires?
If they exist, yes. There are stories being told, Bob.
By people who are out of their minds with fear.
Maybe. But there are too many to be just coincidental. Stories about people who have died and have come back.
They're stories, Ben, stories.
And why are the infected people always so tired in the daytime? Why can't they stand the sunlight? Why are they only seen at night?
Come here. Look.
I know his
Look. Now, is this bacilli or isn't it?
It doesn't alter.
And this bacilli is found in the blood of every infected person, or isn't it?
To show me germs is not to refute these stories, Bob. Point is, if there are vampires, they exist in spite of these germs.
Come on, let's get to work.
And until further notice, this station will continue its around-the-clock coverage of this national disaster. And now, we switch you to the state capitol, where His Excellency, the Governor, is speaking from the Executive Mansion.
Further, I have, in conjunction with the federal government, declared this state to be a disaster area. The public health is dependent on bodies of the deceased being burned. You must notify the health department immediately if you have a plague victim in your home. Under no circumstances should you gather publicly. In view of the dire emergency that exists, I intend to...
Anything new?
Huh? No, nothing new. Nothing.
Mommy, where are you? Mommy, I can't see. Mommy.
I'm going to call the doctor.
I said no. Virg, there's nothing they can do.
We can't just let her lie there.
Well, this way she has a chance. If you call a doctor, he'll report it. Do you want that?
Mommy, help me. Mommy. Mommy, please help me. Mommy, help me.
How can you be so sure she's...
Blindness is one of the symptoms. You're not to call a doctor under any circumstances. No one is to come into this house. Now remember that.
Mommy. Mommy. Mommy, where are you?
I've got to pick Ben Cortman up on the way to the lab. No one is to come into this house. Now remember that.
Who's there?
It's me, Ben. We're late. Ben, what's the matter with you?
Nothing, and I'm going to keep it that way.
Ben, look, let's talk about this.
There's nothing to talk about. You think I'm out of my mind. You laughed at me and my theory. You might be one of them.
Ben, look, you're ill. You ought to see a doctor.
No doctors. You take care of your life, I'll take care of mine. Now get away from here. You understand? Get away from here!
Another great Price movie is 1971's The Abominable Dr. PHIBES. It's about a musician who seeks revenge on the team of doctors who performed surgery on his wife the night she died. And he kills them by reenacting the 10 deadly plagues. My favorite is when he catapults a bronze unicorn statue at one of the doctors. It also has the great tagline, "Love means never having to say you're ugly." Price plays the fun trick of talking without actually moving his mouth. PHIBES can't speak because of a car crash, but because of his knowledge of acoustics, he has this little doodad that picks up his vocal cords vibration just right there on his neck. So we hear Price talk in voiceover, but what we see is him moving his throat and lower jaw without ever actually opening his mouth. This movie was followed by Dr. PHIBES Rises Again in 1972. We'll be back with more here on TV 20.
Hi, I'm TV 20's Dan Monroe. The Ohio Emergency Management Agency, or Ohio EMA, is receiving reports of spam calls to Ohioans from individuals claiming to be from the Ohio EMA and requesting personal protected information such as a social security number. It is important for you to know that the Ohio Emergency Management Agency is not calling Ohioans and asking for their personal information. If you receive a call like this, hang up immediately. Here are some tips to help protect yourself from this and other scams. Watch out for emails claiming to be from the Federal Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC, or other expert sources offering special advice or information about the coronavirus. Legitimate information is available for free from the CDC at coronavirus.gov or from the Ohio Department of Health at coronavirus.ohio.gov. Ignore advertisements promoting cures for COVID-19. There currently are no vaccines, prescription medications, or over-the-counter products available to prevent, treat, or cure COVID-19. Refrain from investing in businesses touting products, services, or cures for COVID-19. Scam artists try to use the market downturn and the pandemic to scare investors into these so-called safer guaranteed investments. Research nonprofit organizations and crowdfunding campaigns before donating. A database of registered charities is available on the Ohio Attorney General's website. Avoid groups that pressure you into donating, and never donate via cash, gift cards, wire transfer, or prepaid money cards, as these are the preferred payment methods of scammers. Be watchful of anyone going door to door offering coronavirus testing or temperature readings and/or requesting personal information. Call law enforcement immediately if you see a suspicious person. Never let strangers into your home. Beware of emails and other attempts to fish for your personal, financial, and/or medical information. When in doubt, do not share. If the source claims to be your bank or a government agency, confirm they are legitimate by calling the organization at a phone number you have verified. For information on government stimulus checks, visit the Federal Trade Commission's website and stay tuned for updates from reliable news sources. The government will not ask you to pay anything to receive this money and will never ask for your social security number, bank account number, or credit card number. Never give this information out. When online, avoid clicking on unknown links or pop-ups and never download any suspicious email attachments. Doing so could infect your devices with malicious software designed to steal your personal information, or you lock your computer until you pay a ransom. Always remember to use common sense and trust your instincts. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Thank you.
The movie that arguably set Vincent Price onto the path of horror godhood was 1953's House of Wax. Price plays a disfigured sculptor who murders people and casts them into wax figures. It was shot in 3D, so it has a lot of stuff coming at the camera, but it was also a very good thriller that shows why Price was such a great villain. He's just so good at playing devious and sympathetic at the same time, and he clearly loves luxuriating in the English language. Let's see more of that great stuff. Back to Last Man on Earth.
Ben, what's the matter with you?
Nothing, and I'm going to keep it that way.
Ben, Look, let's talk about this.
There's nothing to talk about. You think I'm out of my mind. You laughed at me and my theory. You might be one of them.
Ben, look, you're ill. You ought to see a doctor.
No doctors. You take care of your life, I'll take care of mine. Now get away from here. You understand? Get away from here!
If you're looking for anybody but me, forget it.
Are they all gone?
That's right.
Is there any hope from the latest reports?
No, not yet. But believe me, Morgan, we'll find an answer.
When, Doctor? We need it right now. I need it.
You're the only one who wasn't afraid to come here today.
What's going to happen, Dr. Mercer? Is everybody in the world going to die before someone finds the answer?
No, I don't think so. I don't deny there's some strange evolutionary process going on, but mankind won't be destroyed. The fact that you and I are working here today is evidence of that.
All right, let's roll.
When? When?
I called a doctor. I had to.
I told you not to call anyone.
Mom, she was blind. She couldn't see. She kept reaching out her hands, groping for me. And then, all of a sudden, she was gone. When they came in, I tried to stop them. They took her.
I saw a truck out there. Was that it? Was it?
I'm sorry, lady. There's nothing I can do. Let that truck through. Get out of the way. Get back, folks. Nobody's allowed out there. Please, all of you, get behind those lines. Look sharp there. Move. Move along. Make way for that truck. Make way. Hey, you, mister! Come back! Come back!
I said, did this truck just come in from Market Street?
Mister, I don't know.
Hey, you don't belong in here. Get out. I said get out.
I want my daughter.
Mister, a lot of daughters are in there, including my own.
Verge. Verge. Oh.
No. I won't let them put you there, Verge. I promise. I won't let them put you there.
Who is it? Who's there?
Robert. Robert.
Morgan! We're going to kill you, Morgan! Morgan! You hear? Morgan! Morgan! Do you hear, Morgan? Morgan! Do you hear, Morgan?
If Cortman thinks he can get to me by destroying my car, his wits are getting dull. This convertible would be nice. Probably handles well. But I can't think of comfort. There was a time when I shopped for a car. Now I'm looking for a hearse. This station wagon will have to do.
Alive. It's alive. Wait! Don't run away! Come back here! Don't run away! Come back! Come back here!
Wherever he is, I've got to find him. If I have to search every street, every house, every alley, every inch of this town, I've got to find him.
Come back! Hey, boy, where are you? Where are you, pal? Come here.
dead. They've been staked. But these are made of iron, not wood, like mine. Someone else is alive in this world. But where are they? Where are they hiding? How many are there? Where did they come from? Why haven't I seen them? This is Robert Morgan. If somebody can hear me, answer me. For God's sake, answer me. This is KOKW calling. KOKW calling. Answer me. So you finally decided to come back. It's all right, boy. Good boy. Don't worry, boy. You're going to be all right. Yes, you are. There, now we've got you all cleaned up. You're gonna feel better. I'm gonna put you down here now and you can rest. Got you all cleaned up. There you go. Rest. Oh. You know they're out there, don't you? You poor, driven thing. Everything's gonna be all right. Nobody's gonna hurt you. Everything's gonna be all right. All right. You're going to get better. We're gonna have lots of happy times together. You'll see, everything's going to be fine.
Wait, I'm not gonna hurt you. Can't you understand? Wait! Wait! I'm not going to hurt you. Wait! 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 I couldn't be out here in the daylight if I was one of them. You know that they can't come out until sundown. Do you want to come with me or do you want to face them?
If some of the dialogue looks kind of out of sync, that's because this movie was shot in Italy as a cost-saving measure. You see, in Italy, they had the practice of shooting the movie without sound and then dubbing the dialogue in later. Since a lot of Italian genre movies were intended for American audiences, they figured that this would be a cost-saving measure where the American producers would just have a blank slate where they could dub over the actors with whatever, basically. So you're not going crazy. This movie was just cheaply made. We'll be back with more here on TV 20.
Hi, I'm TV 20's Dan Monroe. During this time of crisis, the Domestic Violence and Child Advocacy Center wants you to know that they are maintaining critical services while balancing the health and safety of their clients, staff, and community. As always, the DVCAC's helpline is available for safety planning and crisis intervention by calling or texting 216-391-HELP. That's 216-391-4357. If you need help or are concerned about someone in your life, you can live chat with a specialist at dvcac.org. During this time of crisis, the Emergency Domestic Violence Shelter is operating. Advocates will continue to work with victims, therapists will still be supporting clients, and the Canopy Child Advocacy Center will continue to serve children being abused. For more information, visit the Domestic Violence and Child Advocacy Center's website at dvcac.org. Thank you.
The need for blood is constant, and sometimes that need becomes critical. From accident victims and cancer patients to premature babies and those with blood disorders, hospital patients rely on all of us to make sure that blood is on the shelves and ready to help. That's why the American Red Cross needs you. Make an appointment to give blood today by calling 1-800-RED-CROSS or visit redcrossblood.org. Your one blood donation can help save up to 3 lives.
For your stay-at-home binge reading, I am going to give a qualified recommendation to another Last Man title. That is the comic book, Why the Last Man. It was written by Brian K. Vaughan with art by Pia Guerra, and it ran for 60 issues from 2002 to 2008. It's about a plague that kills everyone with an XY chromosome, except for Yorick Brown and his pet capuchin, Ampersand. They go around the country on various adventures with Agent 355 of the mysterious Culper Ring and Dr. Allison Mann, a geneticist, attempting to discover what caused the plague. Now for the qualified part. It's understandable why the comic would boil down gender and sex to chromosome. especially before there was a more widespread understanding of gender. You see, that sort of thinking is scientifically inaccurate and erases trans and intersex people. Biologists have found that so much goes on from the skin level all the way down to our cells that contradicts what gender essentialist thinking wants us to be, especially in the developmental phases. This means that people do live on a gender spectrum, no matter what certain kinds of chuds may think. I'm really oversimplifying this matter, so I'll give a second recommendation. The October 2018 article, Sex Redefined, The Idea of Two Sexes is Overly Simplistic, by Claire Ainsworth for Nature magazine. So now you have two great reading recommendations while we're all waiting out the stay-at-home order. But in the meantime, let's go to the terrifying conclusion of Last Man on Earth.
Wait. I'm not going to hurt you. Wait. Wait. I couldn't be out here in the daylight if I was one of them. You know that they can't come out until sundown. Do you want to come with me or do you want to face them? You feeling better?
Yes,
Would you like a cup of coffee?
thank you. You seem very well organized here.
Yeah.
My name is Ruth Collins. I was married. I lost my husband. You are alone? You were married.
Yes.
Children?
A daughter.
What are you doing? Please stop, please. Stop it, please. You're making me sick.
Why do you turn
Please.
away?
Please.
Why do you turn away? You are infected.
No.
Infected systems are allergic to garlic.
You think I'm one of them?
You will be.
You've made up your mind just because
You can't change the facts by talking.
Facts? What facts? That I got sick? I've had a sensitive stomach all my life. I saw my husband killed, torn to pieces right in front of our house. I've been wandering ever since, hiding at night, not eating more than scraps, sick with mourning, sick with fear, unable to sleep. Then you shout at me. You chased me across a field, hit me, dragged me to this house. And to top it all, when I get sick because you shove a piece of reeking garlic in my face, you tell me I'm infected.
Where are
Let
you
me
going?
go.
You can't go out there. It's almost sunset.
Let me go,
You
I
can't
said.
go out there now. In a few
I
minutes,
don't
the streets
care.
will be full
Let
up.
me go.
At
I don't
least let me give you a
care.
blood test.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
You must be hungry. I'll fix you some dinner. You know, you should eat.
I can't. You seem used to them.
Oh, as much as anybody could be. I'm not frightened of them anymore, if that's what you mean. Oh, I protect myself against them, but only because there's so many. Individually, they're weak, mentally incompetent, like animals after a long famine. If they weren't, they surely would have found a way of breaking in here a long time ago.
Come out, Morgan.
Hear that? That's Ben Cortman. He was my friend.
Your friend?
He was like a kid brother. If I could find him and destroy him.
But you said he was your friend.
When I find him, I'll drive a stake through him, just like all the others.
But you lived through all this. Do you know why?
Perhaps I was chosen. That's a laugh. Or perhaps it's because a long time ago when I worked in Panama, I was bitten in my sleep by a bat. My theory is that the bat had previously acquired the vampire germ. By the time it entered my blood, it had been strained and weakened by the bat system. As a result, I have immunity. Well, it's only a guess, but it's all I have to go on.
You don't think that I'm immune, do you?
It's a simple matter to find out whether you are or not.
What will you do if I am infected? Cure me? You don't have to answer. I know as well as you do. It's incurable.
There might be a way. If not of killing the germ, at least of containing it, keeping it from spreading. If I had the equipment, the time.
Which you don't.
are one of them.
I was. And without that injection, I'll be one again.
What do you mean? You found a solution?
That's right. Exactly as you said it could be. I take that for it.
What is it?
Defibrinated blood plus vaccine. The blood feeds the germ. The vaccine keeps it isolated and prevents it from multiplying. We've had it for some time now.
We?
There are quite a number of us.
And I thought you were alone. I was going to cure you. Does that amuse you?
No.
Now, I want the truth. I want all of it. Why are you here?
To find out if you know any more than we do. You know far less. We're alive. Infected, yes, but alive. We're going to reorganize society. Do away with all those wretched creatures who are neither alive nor dead. Start everything all over again.
And you want me to join?
You can't join us. You're a monster to them. Why do you think I ran when I saw you? Even though I was assigned to spy on you. Because I was so terrified of what I'd heard about you. You're a legend in the city, moving by day instead of night. Leaving as evidence of your existence bloodless corpses. Many of the people you destroyed were still alive. Many of them were loved ones of the people in my group.
I didn't know.
Is there any way you can get out of here?
What do you mean?
They're coming after you tonight. That's why I was sent here. To prevent you from resisting them. I'm supposed to keep you here until they come.
To kill me?
Yes.
Your new society sounds charming.
The beginning of any society is never charming or gentle.
And you pretended to be shocked at my violence. Well, what are you waiting for? Why don't you go on and use it? Get it over with. Use it. Get it over with.
Now you know. What are you going to do? What are you doing?
It's already done.
What?
Look. Look. You see? It worked, Ruth. The antibodies in my blood worked. My blood has saved you, Ruth. Do you know what this means? You and I can save all the others. We won't be alone. We'll never be alone again.
You are sure?
Wait. Don't be afraid. Where are you
I've
going?
got to get out of here. Tell them you're not a threat to us.
You can't go out there.
You
You
can save all
wouldn't
of
get
us.
10 feet.
When they come here, there won't be time for questions and answers. They'll come to kill. For God's sake, Robert, let me go. Oh, Robert, please.
Ruth, look, tomorrow.
Please. Oh, Robert.
Tomorrow, Ruth. Tomorrow will be
No.
all right.
Robert, no. Robert,
Yes, Ruth,
what if this doesn't last?
but it will. I've already checked it under the microscope. Wait, I'll show you. I'll prove it to you. I'll check it again. Ruth, just take a look at this. This'll prove it to you. Ruth, there's no change. I've double-checked.
Robert!
Ruth. Ruth!
Robert!
Ruth, get away from her! Ruth, are you all right? Are you all right?
Run, Robert! Robert, run! Robert, run! They've come to kill you, Robert. Run! Run!
Stand back.
There he is, in the church. Over there.
Freaks! All of you. All of you freaks! Mutations!
Hold it!
You're freaks. I'm a man. The last man.
Robert.
They were afraid of me. They were afraid of me. They were afraid of me.
I didn't know. Don't cry. There's nothing to cry about. We're all safe now. All safe.
With Robert Morgan's death at the hands of the quasi-vampires and the end of the movie, it's time for the Bobby score. We have 1 star for Vincent Price engaging in self-care by going to his wife's tomb, 1 star for the burning body pit, and 1.5 stars for the chase scene that ends in a death upon the altar. That's 3.5 stars. Cousin Bobby says I would watch this with the last dog alive, even if it was a vampire dog. We close today, as always, with this metal moment. Post-apocalyptic and dystopian metal may be a subgenre unto itself, but instead of recommending something like Slayer or Megadeth, may I recommend some bluegrass-influenced black metal? Intrigued? Check out the 2009 album Collapse by black metal band Panopticon. Panopticon is the brainchild of Louisville-based musician Austin Lunn. He takes the usual blast beat-driven metal music and includes Appalachian folk elements, and has even included instruments like fiddles and banjo. He has also recorded country albums under the Panopticon name. Collapse is a concept album about the eventual ecological collapse caused by modern society. It's also clearly informed by the Great Recession of 2008. His other albums feature similar themes. If you're interested in more of Panopticon's music, I recommend checking out 2015's Autumn Eternal. That's all the time we have for today. Thanks goes to my production partner, Pat Longbreak, as well as the entire crew at TV20. Thanks also goes to our graphic designer, Jeff Agneberg, our script consultant, Dr. Robert L. Hill, our research assistant, Ralston Dowse, and our theme music creator, Bryce Norton. Remember to email me at cousinbobby216@gmail.com and to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at cousinbobby216. Good night, Cleveland. Remember to set your mirrors out. I'll be by around 3 o'clock to howl your name and drive you mad. Sweet dreams.